והם מאושרים,
and they're happy
בטוחים שנעבוד יחד
because they're certain that we'll work together
ישראל.
for the sake of all citizens of Israel.
אני גם יכול לבשר לכם שזה
I can tell you,
שנת ה-16 שלי כראש ממשלת ישראל.
it is the 16th year that I'm serving as Prime Minister.
ואתם, חבריי, כאן יכולים להניח שזה
I can say,
כבר רגילים, אבל אני לא מורגל לזה.
but I'm not used to this.
אני מתרגש קודם כל בגלל
I'm moved
שעם ישראל נתן לה.
because of the great trust that the people of Israel have given us.
עומדת לפנינו, ואני נרגש
I'm
כי אני
excited
מצוינת,
because we have
מעולים,
an excellent team
שיעשו את העבודה למען
who
כל אזרחי ישראל.
will do their job for the sake of all people of Israel.
הגדרתי אותם היום בנאומי, ואני אחזור עליהם כי הם חשובות.
I will repeat today what I described in my speech.
שאלה קיומית, אנחנו קודם כל דואגים לקיום ולביטחון.
First of all, we worry about our existential threats
שילוט בתוך מדינת ישראל.
to ensure the safety and security within the state of Israel.
והדבר הרביעי, ואני מאמין שגם הוא בהישג יד,
And I believe another thing is possible.
אני בטוח שנעשה זאת,
I believe
ממשלה אחודה.
we will do this.
זה שונה. בלי
This is different.
בלי חליפי,
Without an alternate prime minister,
ממשלה אחודה,
we are a united government,
גם בחזון,
both with our vision and
אנחנו
with our actions.
כבר הבאנו לישראל את תור הזהב, את השנים הטובות ביותר,
We brought Israel to the golden age, its best years,
ונעשה זאת כממשלה אחראית,
and will continue to do so as a responsible government,
ממשלה שתמלא את ימיה. אני
a government that would fulfill its days.
אבל אני לא יכול להגיד לכם את זה, כי מכאן אנחנו הולכים לטקס בבית הנשיא. אבל
We are on our way to the ceremony at the president's house.
עכשיו מבשילים שרוולים וחברות וחברים, קדימה לעבודה.
Come on, guys, let's get on to work.
עכשיו ברשותכם אני רוצה לתת לראשי הסיעות
Now,
לומר את דברם. אתם יכולים...
I will allow the heads of the factions to speak. When we were in the opposition, I said, Mr. Prime Minister, this time we're not wrong. We're headed by the Prime Minister Netanyahu, God willing. We hope this government will continue for 4 years, despite some disagreements. Mr. Prime Minister, we came to work. I saw great joy. They know that we came to help. We will provide equality to all. There will be no discrimination. Everyone who's loyal to the state of Israel will get his rights. That meeting's already tomorrow on Friday. This is a day in which we normally do not work. Came here to work. We passed through 2 months of ups and downs. Now we have a very strong government. Homogeneous government. And I'm convinced that we will be able to do well. I bless myself and everyone else.
והברכה שמשה רבנו אמר, ויהינו העם, אדוני אלוהינו עלינו, ומעשה ידינו כוננה עלינו, מעשה ידינו כוננה. שתשרה השכינה בינינו בעזרת השם.
I bless this government.
בצלאל ואחריו השר גולדקנופ, בבקשה.
טוב, אז באמת, ברשות ראש הממשלה, וזה זמן להגיד לך תודה גדולה, אפשר להגיד תודה על...
I wish to thank you.
15.
אפשר להגיד תודה על נחישות גדולה באופוזיציה, אפשר להגיד תודה...
We can thank you for great determination in the opposition.
שברוך השם הסתיימו.
Which thankfully we've passed already.
הלוואי היה לי רבע מהאנרגיות והכוח בכמעט קצת יותר מחצי מגילך. בגילי היו לי רבע מהאנרגיות שלך. אני באמת קורא תברך אותך הרבה מאוד כוחות ובהרבה מאוד שנים טובות. יש לנו בגלתי שתי מטרות עיקריות.
We have two main goals.
ברוך הבא. האחת זה באמת לממש את מה שהבטחנו לבוחרינו.
To fulfill what we promised to our voters.
לאומית טובה למדינת ישראל בכל התחומים.
Thanks.
גדול. והשנייה,
To assist the people of Israel.
גם את מי שלא הצביעו לנו. וחיים היום מפחדים, חרדות, בגלל כל מיני קמפיינים שקריים של דמוניזציה, לשכנע גם אותם.
There were all sorts of false campaigns against us.
אזרחיות מדינת ישראל, אני מאמין כולנו, אבל מאמינים בזה מאוד מאוד. כדי להצליח בשתי המשימות האלה, אנחנו צריכים דבר אחד מזמן.
In order to do these missions, we need one thing.
חיים, יש לי הרגשה...
I have a feeling.
בסדר גמור, את יכולה לשאול. יש לי הרגשה...
I have a feeling.
שבצלאל התכוון לומר דברים דומים. בבקשה.
That Bezalel meant to say similar things.
באמת בזמן להודות לכולם. אגרוף ברזל, חד, נחוש, אפקטיבי, מאוחד. הישיבות שהתקיימו אצל... כשהרי טוער של כל ראש ממשלה. התקיימו אצל ראש הממשלה כל שבוע, ותיאמנו עמדות, ובאמת, ועבדנו קשה, היינו לילות, ורק הביחד הזה, האגרוף המאוחד הזה, הצליח בעזרת השם להפיל את הממשלה. אבל ידוע שניסיון העושר הרבה יותר גדול מניסיון העוני. כשאתה באופוזיציה מאוד קל, לעבוד יחד, לפרגן.
In the opposition, it was very easy.
להיות יותר מורכב בקואליציה. ראינו את זה בחודשיים האחרונים.
It is more difficult in the coalition.
לא, אני כן חושב אבל שדווקא אני לא נבהל מהחודשיים האחרונים, דווקא כשיושבים אותה משבצת ויש טיפה, אבל באמת יש אחדות מטרה, כמו שאמר ראש הממשלה, אחדות חזון, אחדות מטרה.
And if you're just joining us, these are live images of the newly sworn in 37th Israeli government holding its first government meeting at the Prime Minister's office. Still with me here in studio is Daniel Ben-Simon and Bianca Zanini. I want to get your takes on the remarks that we just heard from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
You know, two ministers have spoken, and both of them used with the help of God. With the help of God, welcome to the new world of Israel. Everything is with the help of God. And this is the major, it's not only words, it's substance. These people, I say these people, but they from the religious party, really put all their trust on the help of God. And Israel was, I'm sorry to remind this, the Zionist movement was established in order to do things regardless of the help of God. By doing this, I mean talking about the first governments of Labour, the first government of Likud, and until Menachem Begin came, I think God got the second stand, not the first. And here you get the new meaning of this government. With the help of God, Be'ezrat Hashem, Be'ezrat Hashem, Be'ezrat Hashem. I don't know how Netanyahu will look at it. And the second thing, some of these people sitting here see the Temple Mount as the major issue of Israel. What will happen if they decide to go and to visit the Temple Mount? So now it's an opportunity to be together and to raise a toast, but the problems will come later.
Bianca.
Yeah, I want to add to this. I found it interesting that the messaging that was repeated again and again was that this is government for all Israelis, and that there will be no discrimination. And of course, on the one hand, this is what you can expect of an incoming leader. I will rule for all. Thank you for the trust of the majority of the people. But in this case, it is particularly interesting because, of course, this is what the government, the now new government, has been criticized for domestically, internationally, this worry about discrimination and how they're going to treat minorities, and these new coalition agreements that includes potential for legalization on allowing businesses and allowing service providers to refuse service based on their religious beliefs, and what that will mean for LGBTQ communities, for Arabs, for women, for divorcees, whatever reason someone can go up and say, well, I don't want to provide you with service because it's against my religious beliefs. So this is something that has been repeated again and again. And of course, we have heard from the get-go Netanyahu trying to convince or pledging that he will not allow discrimination in his government. Of course, these clauses still stay in the coalition agreement. So the question is, the critics are saying, well, who is he lying to? His partners or to the people? And the supporters are saying, well, wait a minute, let's see what they actually end up doing. Talk is all very fine. Nothing has been written down. Nothing has happened just yet.
Bianca, what are people abroad thinking of this new government?
Well, we've already seen some messages of support and congratulations. Russian President Vladimir Putin called Netanyahu just last week, and today there was a letter. We've also heard from various organizations around the world, in the U.S., support for the new Speaker of the Knesset, the first openly gay politician, Speaker of the Knesset. And but we're also seeing a major pushback when it comes to foreign media, how they are covering this, and really with lots of warning signs decrying what they say are a descent into authoritarianism in Israel.
I want to thank you both for joining me here in studio. Danielle Ben-Simon, journalist and former Knesset member for the Labour Party, and our international affairs correspondent Bianca Zanini. That's it for now from the I-24 News Desk. Tune in back at the top of the hour for the rundown with Batya Leventhal. We continue to bring you live coverage of the newly sworn-in Israeli government. I'm Sarah Martinez.
It's a living, breathing organism that pulsates through millennia. Touch it, listen to it, smell it, taste it. Experience the Holy Land like never before. Holy Land Uncovered, every Sunday, only on I-24 News.
The I-24 News team of talented correspondents are working hard for you. They're in the markets, on the streets, in the battlefields, getting the pulse of the story. Tune in for Beyond the Headlines to see how the top stories of the week are affecting real people. No commentary, no debate, just the best stories presented by our best journalists.
Imagine being able to see into the future.
What innovations will change the world as we know it? Join us as we meet the people changing our planet and discover the inventions shaping tomorrow.
Israel Business Beat. Sundays and Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. GMT.
News 24 is a Spanish-language weekly news magazine on I-24 News, presented by respected journalists Carlos Gurovich and Damian Pachter, bringing you news and analysis of the most important issues of the Middle East and Israel, with the added perspective of the impact on the Spanish-speaking world. News 24, only on I-24 News.
Welcome to this special edition here on I-24 News. I'm Batya Leventhal. Thanks for joining us as we continue with our rolling coverage and analysis of the swearing in of Israel's 37th government. It is now official. Benjamin Netanyahu has returned to power, retaking the premiership. He presented Israel's most hardline government to date, along with its agenda, outlining the three main missions of his new coalition, which are preventing a nuclear Iran, creating a bullet train to the length of the country, and to bring about more peace deals with Arab countries. Continuing on the agenda of today is the photo opportunity of the new government at President Isaac Herzog's residence. And we will go live with those images soon. But in the meantime, our Middle East correspondent Ariel Oseron is standing by for us at the president's residence in Jerusalem. Ariel, as the new government is making their way to the president's residence there for an official group photo, give us a sense of what the mood has been like today among the politicians.
Well, Batya, it depends on which politician or on what side of the aisle you ask. But as in a day like this, the politicians came to the Knesset with their families, and it was very festive, very ceremonial. And following the government meeting, the first government session currently that ended not too long ago in the Knesset, the incoming 37th government is making their way here to the president's residence in Jerusalem, not too far away from the Knesset, for the traditional picture that starts the work of the new incoming government. In the two chairs behind me, you can see are going to be sitting President Isaac Herzog as well as incoming Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Around them, the other 31 ministers and 4 deputy ministers that are part of this current government. Now, I do want to point out the fact that this ceremony is taking place here at the president's residence, and generally the role of the president of Israel in Israeli politics. Not only does the president award the mandate to the politician who is going to create the government, but we have, traditionally the president tries to avoid getting involved in politics. But yesterday there was an interesting meeting between President Herzog and the head of the Jewish Power, Itamar Ben-Gvir, the right-wing party. Herzog invited Ben-Gvir here to voice voice to him the concerns of not only the Jewish community abroad, but also of many Israelis over the different criticism surrounding the party, surrounding the racism clause, as well as attitudes towards different groups in Israel, like LGBT and Arab societies. And following that meeting, at least according to a statement by the president's office, is that Ben Gvir said that he emphasized that he will be working for the entire population, for all Israeli society, and this is considered a rare intervention of the president in Israeli politics, perhaps the most blunt intervention by an Israeli president since the national law a few years ago. And so this, I think, is an indication as to the intent of President Herzog to outline the red lines of his tenure, which there's still 7 more years of, working with this incoming government, the 37th government of Israel.
Middle East correspondent Ariel Osran there at the president's residence. Of course, we'll be coming back there later when the photo opportunity takes place. Thank you very much. Our diplomatic correspondent Owen Altman spent the day in the halls of the Knesset, and he, along with senior correspondent Bianca Zanini, filed this report on the swearing-in.
אני, בנימין נתניהו,
Son of